What's up, Dragon Brood? So, today, I have a question. How interested would you be if I told you we could build a deck where we could copy every single card? Or even every effect? Or even make sure you had amazing top decks late in the game? Because we might actually have just done that, which is pretty unreal and uses some pretty fun cards that, well, really a particular card you hadn't seen that often, and that's, well, Lithoforming Engine. Lithoform Engine, not forming. Lithoform Engine, there we go. But really, this card is awesome. It allows us to do all kinds of things. We have ways to generate a ton of mana, and this deck just goes big, and it's super fun. So let's get in, take a look at that deck list, and see what it's all about. Okay, the name of the game here is all about generating mana. That's all we're really focused on in the early turns, and you're really trying to set up turn 4 on, right? So everything's going to be dedicated to that cause. So starting at the top, we do have Shambling Ghast, which you keep mentioning in so many decks that, like, if you're playing creatures and playing black, it's almost hard to not play this card. Jaspera Sentinel, again, just taps, makes mana. Deadly Dispute. And I will say, Deadly Dispute along with Shambling Ghast is probably one of the best 2-card combinations you can have in your openers. So sometimes it's something to look for, whereas you can play the Ghast, sacrifice it to the Deadly Dispute, get 2 treasures effectively, and then you're ready to play a 5-mana thing on turn 3. So that's pretty damn powerful. Then we have Hunt for Specimens, so you can go get stuff from your sideboard. Generally, the lessons are all going to be the same. We can take a quick look at them, but there's nothing surprising over there. Magda, Brazen Outlaw. And this is the other 2-card combination, right? If you get Magda plus Jaspera Sentinel, that's also powerful. You Jaspera Sentinel on 1, you use your 2 mana to play the Magda, you tap those during your opponent's end step, generate a treasure, so now you have 3. Then you get a land on turn 3. So you got 3 land, you have a treasure, you can tap Magda and the Jaspera Sentinel for another treasure and another mana. So you have 6 on turn 3. So either combination of those plays really gives you a lot to do going into turn 3. Then we have Eska's Chariot because it's really good and making dudes and copying dudes. You can also copy treasure, by the way, because it just says copy a token you control. So keep that in mind because that could be useful in a couple of corner case situations. Then we have Emberstorm Predator, only 2, and this is the only thing I'm really disappointed about in the deck because I'm only playing 2 of these. But I just ran out of room when I wanted to do everything else. So this is all I got. Like, I wish I had a better answer for you, but unfortunately, that's it. Binding of the Old Gods, we're playing 4 just because I wanted to make sure I had some catch-all removal. Because we don't have a lot of early removal, so I wanted to make sure we had stuff behind. We do have Shambling Ghast that gives something a -1 if we need to, but that's not really what we're targeting. And then we have Lithoform Engine. This is kind of the, I won't say the centerpiece, but one of the big pieces of the deck that can allow you to do all kinds of things. So for 2 mana, you can copy an ability effectively. For 3, you can copy an instant or a sorcery. And for 4 mana, you can copy target permanent spell you control. And then, obviously, you have to tap it for each of those. The cool part is, though, like, you can get, like, double Binding of the Old Gods. You can do double Goldspan Dragon. The best part about this is once it's in play, every card's an amazing top deck, right? Like, even if, like, if you just top deck, even like Loth, you're like, okay, fine, you play Loth, I'm going to make 4 creatures because you can copy that activated ability, right? Like I said, get a Binding of the Old Gods, get a Goldspan Dragon, copy it. Awesome. Eska's Chariot, copy it. Get more, or you can just let Eska's Chariot come into play and then just make more cats. Like, that's a thing you can do. The other thing is, this also lets you get around spell counters because you can cast it, and then see if they counter it or not. If they attempt to counter it, then you copy it, right? So that's a thing. So you're almost always guaranteed 1 copy. So Lithoform Engine is really cool, but you have to have the mana to make it function. That's the biggest deal. That's why we focus so much on the mana in this deck. But again, we mentioned Loth, just all around good. No real surprises there. Then, of course, we're playing Goldspan Dragon because also awesome. Lands, we're playing 5 Swamp, 1 Mountain, 5 Forests, 4 of each of the pathways. The sad thing here is I kind of want to include 1 or 2 of the creature lands. I'm just not sure where I wanted to put them. I could possibly play like 1 in place of a swamp and 1 in place of a forest, possibly. Might be like the best things we could do. I'm not sure how that really works for the average person, how you feel about it. It could be a little tough if like you do need the mana on turn 5 or turn 6 and it comes into play tapped. So that's a little concerning. But outside of that, I actually kind of really like what the lands set up are, and we didn't really hurt for mana very much, except for maybe one game, I think. But either way, we're going to go ahead and play some games here. And as usual, at the end of the games, we'll talk about what we would do to update this list. And then we'll have a card spotlight for you. Man, I've had this one bug bothering me all day, and I need to figure out what it is. Super annoying. And if I look like I'm crazy, I'm swatting it like a spider web or something. It's because there's one little bitty gnat thing that's annoying me. Yeah, I guess we just go ahead and attack. Play this. I'm gonna deal 2 to all of our creatures. Because if so, that hurts. Because it's gonna actually not allow us to play the Shambling Gas. I mean, get a treasure from the Shambling Gas, if that were true. You know what? Let's attack. Assuming they're going to counter our Eska's Chariot. That's okay, we have a backup. So we're into it. Let's see how bad it is. No, they let us have it. Interesting. Okay. Didn't think that was going to be the case. Oh, they're an expressive iteration. This is going to be good for us. Come on, deck. Untap land. Untap land. Let's do it. Any untapped land will do, deck. Yeah. Contrary to popular belief. Yeah, we'll keep. Well, hunt for specimens to go search for mana. Oh, actually, scratch that. I'm a total liar. We're gonna do this. Even though this is where something that blocks Magda probably shows up, but... Oh, you're gonna check for traps. Well, we lose the Eska's Chariot, probably. One would assume. I would say, but you know what happens when you assume? Yeah. Man, this thing. Alright, attack. Play this. Play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a chance to have a lot of mana here. Maybe we just get a mascot exhibition early? Alright, I'll gamble on that. No guarantee we'll get to keep our creatures, but whatever. Callous Blood Mage, that's a good one. Gotta keep some of our duders on ice. How much do we care about that, though? Okay. I won't get treasure from the Shambling Gas, but I can use the Shambling Gas to protect our Magda, unless they double block Magda. And if they do that, well, I guess we don't care. Alright, well. Then we'll sack this. Actually, if I'm gonna sack that, I should... Nah, we want the other thing dead, too. Alright. Yeah, we'll sack that. Give him -1 here. Nah, well, we could sacrifice that, too. Nah, we're good. I don't want to get too greedy there. We kind of have most of what we need already. And we just be swapping out a treasure for 2 cards, which isn't bad. Like, that's a fine thing, but this sort of already puts us in a decent spot. Sedgemoor Witch? Sure. I am willing to fight a Sedgemoor Witch. By fight, I mean kill. Yep, I'll pay the 3 life. Okay. Because after this, we can go get, like, gold spans and stuff. And she does search it and put it on the battlefield. So if she attacks again, we can just go put Lithoform Engine on the battlefield. That'd be cool. I mean, then we wouldn't be able to cast Mascot Exhibition, though. So that'd be a little bit of a pain. You want to flunk it? Alright, now we'll go ahead and do this. We knew that was coming. Now you're going to make us discard? Nope, not at all. Okay. We're going to have so much mana with this treasure that this is an embarrassment of riches of sorts. In the turn. Like, you're down to 2 cards. You would like to kill that. Alright, might as well be as efficient as possible here. Excellent, excellent. So we can play Magda and go get another dragon, or we could just go straight up and get the Lithoform Engine, which just will leave us 4 mana, so we'd be able to copy almost anything here, which would be pretty sweet. We could actually copy Hunt for Specimens, which probably puts the game nearly out of reach. I mean, if their last card's a land, we don't really care. It was not. One, two, three, four, 5. Alright. Lithoform Engine is. And then we can copy a permanent spell. So I don't have quite enough to do that. Copy an activated or triggered ability. Copy an instant or sorcery spell. So we could do this for 3, right? Yeah, let's copy. It eats our treasure, but whatever. Yep. We're just about to get all the value. Like, I like the card, but we'll see. Ooh, that changes things. All right. What you gonna do, opponent? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? That'll probably get me DMCA'd, probably. Alright, Innkeeper. I have to play this. So we can Magda. And then we'll Magda into this. Alright, now we're set up for all kinds of things next turn. We can Binding something, we can play an Emberstorm Predator, we could play a Goldspan Dragon if we drew one. That would be awesome too. Let's see what the opponent has. This is a weird spot too, because the opponent could have a lot of things for 4 mana. Nope, they're just doing the life gain thing. Alright. That's not so bad. Maybe we just kill the Hallowed Priest. That's probably our best move. Oh, well, what do we do with this? Tap that. So that produces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, we could still do that. Cool. So tap for red. Tap that. So we use 1 treasure with this. We attack with both. Because they block, we just get to kill off the innkeeper anyway, so we don't care. And then after this attack, we'll just play Binding of the Old Gods. Kill off that Hallowed Priest. Yep. That's about as good as that turn could have went. Yeah, not sure what the opponent's going to do here. I think this is the best thing going. Yeah, another innkeeper. Alright. I mean, that gains life. Probably means we're attacking with everything on the ground, though. Oh, okay. So you get 2 triggers. Cool. I think I'm still willing to race that. Yeah. Probably not with Despair Sentinel, though, huh? For sure with this, for sure with this. I guess if they block Magda, we don't greatly care. Nah, we probably don't. Alright. Just generate the treasure. Because we can also just like Magda, tap Magda, play Immersturm Predator. Sacrifice this anyway. Play new Magda. Tap new Magda. Get 1, 2 mana. Have that. Actually, it gets 3 mana. Ooh, hold on a second. So it could also just play this. And then tap and have a Shambling Gas. Yeah, I guess we do that. Because that's also fine, right? Just play a Shambling Gas. And then we can just wait. If they play anything, we'll just kill Innkeeper, kill Innkeeper. That's pretty bad for the opponent, too. Yeah, don't think they have an out here. At least not an easy one. Cram Session. That's fine. They'll gain a life from their... Or get a counter on their Hallowed Priest, but that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, sure. Because we can just block with Immersturm Predator. Yeah, I think so too, Lawrence. Treasures are nuts anyway. Alright, opponent. That's all you got? Then we are going to go ahead and sacrifice this. And take our turn. Oh, well, that's just all the beating, sadly. That's everything the opponent did not want to see. Yep. Actually, no. Not even going to do that. We'll attack first. And then we'll sacrifice this so they don't even get a blocker. Which is gross. Alright. Well. Yeah, okay. You can't really pass this up when you get to go first. Just gotta hope we draw some of the big things behind it. Okay. Against goblins. Well, I won't be blocking that, let me tell you. I mean, I guess I could have and killed it, but we're not really up for that right now. Alright, I guess it doesn't really matter. Because Shambling Gas is pretty good in this fight. You got it, dude. I am okay with that. Oh, wait. I'll just take one here. Feel like we could do more holding on to that. Let's get black here. Let's play this. Get probably something to just keep their creatures at bay, knowing they're going to be trying to pump their team. What are we attacking with here? Probably just this, because I don't think I want to give my treasure up to do what I want to do. So I'd like to do this, tapping those, use the mana, get them treasure and the cards. Oh, well, we may want to kill that instead. That's more of a problem. Ten Street Cadet. Alright. So when it becomes blocked? Sure. Alright, we'll take one. Nope, I want to tap this. I had to pay attention. That arena wasn't going to give me that option. Sacrifice this. Put a -1 on the Hobgoblin. And a Lithoform Engine. What do we do with this? This was unexpected. So we can play Magda. Tap Magda, Lithoform Engine, that. I guess we could do that and get both those in play. Then this still leaves us a fair amount of mana. I'm alright with that. I mean, I assume they're gonna probably, some way, shape, or form, play a Lord of some kind. Trashmaster needs to use mana to get rid of an artifact, so we could still get rid of that. Okay. Okay, I guess that's what we'll do. Then just pass. And then we can copy an instant or sorcery, so we can actually sacrifice this, get that spell on the stack, copy the spell, kill something, still have mana for all that. Because that takes 6 mana? Yeah, we'll have plenty. No, they didn't have a Lord there. Go figure. Look at that. I would have been totally wrong. Well now. Isn't that something? I mean, I could also just make more treasure is what I was thinking. I'm like, what if I activate Magda, copy the Magda trigger, get another treasure, but it's still only 4, so that doesn't really do anything. We're 14, so we're not in trouble. I just have to be careful. Do I want to copy that? I think we do go ahead and copy it. What else are we going to do for the turn? And we'll just go get this and this, I guess. Nah, we'll get this, because we can just ping something. That's probably fine. Then we just pass. I mean, we have enough blockers here now. Yep, Bugbear come through. Seems legit. Alright, we'll block here. We'll block here. And that seems fine. Tap, doesn't really matter what we get for it. Oh boy, that's not awesome. I guess it's good we have this much mana. Do we have enough to copy it? So we need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do have enough. Auto pay. Copy. Tap Magda. I'll attack for one. After all that. I was originally going to copy this and just ping 2 things, but I think we're good now. I mean, the opponent want to wipe away our board or something here? What kind of wacky thing do they have up their sleeves? I mean, I guess I'll block all of it. F it. Why not? If you got something, you got something. You got 1 card. If you want to sweep our board, sweep our board. We don't care. Oh, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. Like, they still lose all their stuff, so whatever. Yeah, that doesn't even matter. What does it cost to copy that? 4, 6, 7, 8? Yep. Copy it. Yep. There you go. So I'm going to play the stuff that's banned because that's the only way I have an advantage, right? You shouldn't, I mean, to each their own. You know, I'm not going to tell you whatever, but I just think it's a bad look. That's just my perspective. You would never catch me doing it. That's all I'm saying. Alright, we're going to go with that. Mostly because we can Deadly Dispute the next turn if we really want to. Get lucky if we draw a dragon. We did not get lucky drawing a dragon. So we're just going to pass. This is not a good draw to have against mono green. They're going to activate and attack. Nope, they're going to field trip. Well, see, now this creates a situation, because if they don't activate, which they didn't, then I may just want to block their wolf and kill it. With them being down to 4 cards in hand and no creature lands, I mean, that could be the safest action. Yeah. I mean, sure. Why not? Alright, so the opponent opted not to do anything with it, so we will change our place here. We'll get treasure. No dragons in sight. No nothing good in sight. That's a disappointment. That makes my heart sad. Alright, well, we can at least do this. And just pass. Now they have a fistful of cards. I'm not sure what this is going to lead to. We did also put a chariot on the bottom, so that's information we know. So we have one more chariot in there somewhere. I'm gonna fight one. Okay. I mean, if you use all your spells here, fighting one and then fighting a chariot, then like, cool. I'm down. And they're gonna activate. Oh, we can't trade there then. Okay, that's good though, because they did nothing else with their turn, so I don't actually hate that. Like their whole turn was effectively killing a 2/2 to get 4 damage in. We're totally okay with that exchange. Oh, well, we drew the other one. Look at that. So we're gonna go with this and this. And then we're gonna activate this. And we're gonna attack and have a chump blocker for the turn. Alright. Wasn't the greatest turn, but we don't really need the Jaspera Sentinels, so at some point they're just going to get in front of the way of the oncoming traffic. Gonna fight another 2/2. Actually, they might have Inscription of Abundance here. Alright, turn that into a 5/5, you get in for 6. You'll gain 5, so you go to 21. I mean, that's real. That would be a legit situation. I mean, they wouldn't do anything else for the turn, which is kind of an advantage for us, but still. Oh, Froghemoth. Do we have anything in the yard? We do have one thing in the yard. Look at that. Okay. Froghemoth will be a problem. Unless you get, like, Hunt for Specimens or something that we can sacrifice to get rid of the Froghemoth. But we'll see. Yeah, eat our yard, opponent. Yep. Gross. Why no more lands? Why? We don't want lands. We don't want lands. Okay then. Let's tap. I don't like this at all. But we're gonna attack. Keep you back, kitty. A little too aggressive there. We'll just play the other one. Sadly, we didn't get much out of this. But we got all the mana, and actually we drew mana and a Eska's Chariot. We need to draw some other reasonable spell or creature. I think that's the only way we can win here. Though, I mean, we do have a lot of damage on the table ourselves. So if we do find a dragon or something, we wouldn't be far from winning all on our own. So that's something to consider also. Vorinclex. That is a problem. That is a real problem. I think if they all attack, I can't win. Because there's too much trample damage. Yeah, I think you just put it on a trampler. That's what I would do. Because that leaves us in a bad spot. So what's our best play here? Because that's gonna be 8 by itself. So yeah, we're pretty much dead. We can triple block here, block there. Yeah, that doesn't do it. We're dead. Actually, wait. Because we can turn this into a 4/4. Nah, that's still not going to do it. That's not going to do it. We drew nothing to fight with. We just drew lands there. Okay, we'll keep... No black mana, but maybe, since we have double Jaspera Sentinel, it's fine. We may wait and just Emberstorm Predator on 3, and then that way we have Jaspera Sentinels we can sacrifice to it. Now, apparently we're going to have triple Jaspera Sentinel, because that's a thing today. Druid class. All right, that's a thing to know. There's some black mana. Still doesn't change much, though. Not for this turn, anyway. All right, no exile effects, please. We're going to be doing a lot of attacking. Large quantities of damage. Yep, you can play an extra land. I was going to say, you got to have a land there, right? Okay. Ooh. Isn't that special? Okay, well. Let's get in there. Okay. So we've got 5, 9, 10, 11 on board. Though they will get to possibly gain at least 2 more if they have 2 lands in hand here. So even with another dragon, it would not be lethal. But the opponent says that's enough. And I have to admit, you know, having late game options to be able to lithoform everything as a copy is pretty sweet. Alright, attacking. I would like a 4 mana thing next turn, deck. Can you provide that? Nope, you cannot. Sometimes I just have simple requests. I'm a simple person. Guess this is gonna need to be on red anyway, so I don't goof it up later. Merchant, sure. I think we're going Goldspan into Loth, I think is the game plan here. I mean, there's a chance it's just going to get hit with Vanishing Verse, but if so, that's fine. Not much we can do about it. I thought about going Loth, then Goldspan Dragon, but probably should have, since I have a second Goldspan Dragon. If that were to get hit with Vanishing Verse, that's less bothersome. Whereas, obviously, we only have the one Goldspan Dragon. Spellbinder. Annoying.
At least there is blood on
Guess it pays to have 2 Loth. Now the question is, are you just going to sacrifice the Spellbinder, or are you going to get rid of my Goldspan Dragon? Neither. They're going to foretell something. Well, that's good news for us, because it also means we're not worried about any type of blood on the snow or such here. So that's pretty good. Now I just got to figure out if I want a Chariot or if I want a Loth. Because those are both relevant things. I think we Chariot? Well, I guess we could attack first. I mean, I guess that. We don't really get... I mean, we get 1 more point in doing it the other way, but... Let's go with this. And Loth basically means we get to freely target the Eska's Chariot when the time comes. Excellent. Do we even want to activate that? I don't think we do. I think we're just going to play Loth.
My children drench their hands in the blood of my enemies.
I mean, Did we get in there with all of it? Yeah, I guess so. Can't justify not doing it. I mean, you gotta block something. Like, these are gonna be lethal otherwise. Sure. I mean, it works. And then what's your plan here? I mean, that only attacks Lulth for 3. Alright, I'll just draw a card. So I'm like, even if they blood on the snow here, they get their dudes back, but like, we just play the other Lulth. Not even that, we could just play this one. Activated, I mean. I like Glorious Protector, though. I've tried using it in a few decks. It just never really panned out too much for me. Yep, that makes sense. That's about what's about to happen here.
Only a fool strikes a goddess.
Then all the things die, you get a Glorious Protector back, I guess. You get a Despair Sentinel. Yeah, we'll give -1. We'll off that. Get all our counters onto our Lulth.
I will get what I want.
Oh, excellent. Way to go, deck. Way to go. Sometimes you pull through. Alright, so we minus counters from Lulth. We make a dragon.
Subservience will be rewarded.
We activate this. Then we copy one of those. You're double blocking that. Taking 4. Yeah, okay. Do we just wait on the other one? Yeah, alright. Well, I guess you sweep the board, put another one in. Because I'm thinking, like, you can Blood on the Snow, get back a thing. We make more things from Lulth. Play the Despair Sentinel, and then they're still at 1. So then they have to block with their Faceless Havens. They could activate a Faceless Haven here and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, no, because then if they get rid of creatures, they'll kill their Faceless Haven. Alright. That kind of keeps you alive. Kaya works, though. Well, no, you're still at 1. You're dead. Yeah, doesn't really matter.
Anything looks easy. And stay gone.
Yeah, sure. Alright, just all at the opponent. Cool. Alright, so I love that this was able to do everything we wanted it to do. It does take a little bit of trickery to kind of learn the ins and outs and the things you can do with each card, and you know, kind of how hard and aggressively you can mulligan. But I actually think that's a good thing, you know, giving you some ways to play around with your skill levels a little bit and take advantage of things. And even if you don't get the Lithoform engine, the deck just plays like a quality Jund list, and that's the best part of the whole thing. You can still do a lot of stuff even if you never see the Lithoform engine. And the best part is they're also kind of countering and dealing with your other cards, so when you finally draw the Lithoform engine, you drop it, now the kind of shields are down and every single card is awesome after that. So lots of cool stuff, and people aren't particularly playing a lot of ways to get rid of the engine, because they, except for maybe the one lesson that you can destroy artifacts or enchantments with, but that's mostly targeted at the Chariot. So even if they get rid of your Lithoform Engine, it's not critical to your plans. So really like that. I thought it was a really cool deck. As it turns out, I think the only thing I might change would be to put some number of the creature lands in, and maybe one of each of the black and the green one, and that's about it. I don't think I would touch anything else on this list. I really enjoyed it as it was. Now, for today's card spotlight, this one's a little fun, and it's Pixie Queen. Mostly because this was one of the early cards that I saw, and I really appreciated the artwork. It was fun because I actually kind of got to know Quentin Hoover a little bit, believe it or not, old schoolers, through AOL Instant Messenger, if you remember that. But it's one of those things that it sucks that he's gone now. The card itself is not great by any stretch, but it does have some really cool artwork. And really, this is the kind of art that I thought, when I was coming from being a comic book fan, that kind of bridged the gap between comic books and high fantasy art. And that's one of the things I always appreciated about Quentin Hoover's style. But yeah, anyway, that's the card. It's cool, it's worth a little bit, but yeah, it's not a great card to play with by any stretch. Don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links to all of my stuff, including my Facebook gaming streams and my Twitch streams. But most importantly, you can come by the Discord and say hi. Be part of the crew if you want to ask any questions, talk about this deck or any other decks I have up on the channel, or just get help with your own decks. You can do that there as well. And finally, don't forget to like, subscribe, support, share, do all the wonderful things, because you really interacting with my content, sharing my content, everything else is really what helps the channel grow, especially sharing it with other people on your socials and getting other people to come to it. That goes so very far, and that encourages YouTube to share it as well when y'all are active about sharing it. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.